Do you see here? Hi guys. Well, it's not a snowstorm like in the Midwest. That is for sure. We are having a bit of snow that's falling right now though, nevertheless. And it's really, really gray. So maybe that Midwest storm is going to be coming our way. I don't know. Let me take this out of my ear. I can hear myself talking now. I had the headphones in there. Well, I'll be doing a couple of vlogs over the weekend. If the weather does look up, maybe I'll even trim one of my trees. Okay, but today, well, a little bit of a dog vlog. No, it's not Sunday. I usually do these on Sundays, but it'll be a SpookyUniversity vlog. The subject that Claire gave us for this week was about roller coasters. Well, I thought at first, oh my goodness, this is what I wonder what I'm going to say. First off, I'm a chicken when it comes to roller coasters and games like that. I don't know, like I can go hang gliding, I can go zip lining, but I don't like going in those games. I really don't. Okay, well, roller coasters. Well, around here in Switzerland, there are a few small, really small amusement parks. And there's these carnival type things, excuse me, that come around and do have games, stuff like that. So the children go on them. Even those I don't really like all that much. But when we used to be in Canada, there was in Montreal, where there used to be the Montreal, the World's Expositions. That was in '67. But next to there was a place that still exists, as far as I know, called La Ronde. And La Ronde was a big amusement park. So we had been there, but again, as I say, I was never much into games, so I didn't go much onto those. The only time that I really went into an amusement park myself, obviously there are two times, yeah, there's two times. In Canada once, my dad used to work for a company, oh, I guess he's retired now, so I can name it. It's a company called Ozite. That was years ago. He's worked for other companies in the meantime, but this Ozite had organized an employee outing at the now closed Belmont Park in Montreal. Now, the Belmont Park was an amusement park that had, well, as expected, games, but they had a wooden roller coaster. And all of a sudden, when I realized that, I don't know why I didn't think of it when we were in Branson with Irene and Dave, but there was a wooden roller coaster there that was disaffected, but I kept thinking that reminds me of something. You know how memories go and get you. Probably they just come back later on, but yeah, that's probably why it clicked, because Belmont Park had a wooden roller coaster. And for once in my life, I felt like, hey, wait a minute. This here is Belmont Park. We have basically free time here in this amusement park. And I went on the games. I didn't always feel very well. I can't say that I always liked it. But, I guess probably those of you who really like it, roller coasters and so on, know the way it is. There's moments where you think like, oh my goodness. And of course, when you think about it, that probably was a really wimpy roller coaster compared to the ones these days. But I did go on one there, and I went on some of the other games. So at least once in my life, I'll have done something like that. Yeah, really, it was a great experience, but it was a great experience because it was a great family experience. And it was a collective experience with the company. There's something also involved in that company because I got a scholarship from them to do some of my studies later on in college and university. So there is a certain, I think, attachment, and probably I felt like I kind of had to go on those things, but it doesn't matter. It was a great day and a great time. We went once in Germany to an amusement park called Europa Park, and there it was like it's a bit like Disneyland. You have actually it's a rip-off of Disneyland. They're really trying to be like the Disney stuff, you know, with the parades and the streets and all that. It really is just like being in Disneyland. And they had a roller coaster called the Silver Star. I didn't go on that one. My boys did. I mean, it was like, I don't know if it is still now, but it was probably the biggest roller coaster in Europe at the time, which was very impressive. I mean, you were waiting like over an hour to get onto it. Mrs. DC and myself, well, we went on to probably on some of the Wimpy games, but we did go on one of those, you know, water. It's not really a water slide, but it's kind of like a water roller coaster or something like that, where you get all wet. And yeah, I did do a few little things like that. But again, associated with that amusement park was an incredible family time. We stayed in a hotel that had as its theme Roman, well, you know, the Roman days. And so even our room, you know, like the boys, they were younger then, had their beds were like chariots and stuff like that. And yeah, so I guess in that respect, when you bring up amusement parks, roller coasters, for me it brings out great family moments, great times together. I know for maybe a lot of you it brings out you know, scares and this and that, but finally, when you get right down to it, what does it bring out? A lot of times it brings out emotions. So yeah, it's actually finally getting from the subject of roller coasters down to how do you know, pull the family together and pull out those emotions and have collective memories. So finally, I was thinking at first, you know, oh, what type of a subject is this going to be for me? And at the end, pretty good, yeah. Okay, so well, that'll be DC, and Mr. Dago will be signing off. It's starting to snow a little bit more. I'll probably have to wait till that snow's over to do the tree, just to the question of the ladder not slipping on the ground, because I'm alone at home right now. Mrs. DC is working, and yeah, so that'll be it. So that'll be a kind of a dog vlog and Spooky University all lumped in one. So guys, take care. Have a great weekend. And I'll be back later on sometime. DC signing off. Bye-bye.